Hi, my name is Liz and I'm a peer advisor for the College of Biological Sciences. In this video, I'll be going over the different components of Schedule Builder as well as breaking down the meanings of registration periods. Alright, so in order to get into Schedule Builder, you're going to log into your Oasis and scroll down to the quick links. You're going to go ahead and click Schedule Builder, let it load, and it'll come up with a drop bar of different quarters, past quarters, future quarters, whatever is available. I'm going to go ahead and select one. Alright, so once the page loads, you should get something that looks like this, especially if you haven't tried creating a schedule or have added any classes just yet. But once you do start adding these classes and courses using the Add Search for Courses tool, this is where they will appear. On the left, you have your scheduled units, registered, waitlisted, and workload. Right now there's 0 because you have nothing. You can create different schedules. So you can see that I created a schedule 2. You can create new ones, remove them, and then it will also have your final schedule. So this is what is going to appear when you are registered for your classes and you're beginning the quarter. Usually I create a couple of different schedules when I'm signing up for classes just because I don't know how fast they will fill up. And now I'm going to start talking about the tools that are up above on Schedule Builder. So you have your Add and Search Courses tool. You have your Create New Schedule, which is what I discussed earlier. You can also do that by this button. You have your pre-check registration, which is going to give you any warnings about your classes. You have the Register All button, so once you're like counting down to your pass time, you can just click that button and it will register all of them automatically if there is space, obviously. And then you have your Help button. Okay, so over here on the right side, we have your any Oasis advising. So if you've ever made a graduation plan or an academic plan with an advisor or yourself, it'll be accessible here. You have your previously saved courses. So once you start saving courses in the Add Search tool, they'll start showing up here. Even if you don't necessarily save them to your schedule, they'll still appear here so you don't have to go back and forth. Okay, so now we're going to look closer at the Add and Search Courses tool. So at the top left, you're going to see the CRN, which stands for Course Registration Number. It's like the serial number for classes. But you can also just look up course names. So you can just look up like Chem2C, or you can look up if you just know the abbreviation of class. So like BIS, which is like the abbreviation for biological science courses, and press search. It'll give you a list of literally all the classes that have that abbreviation from like BIS 1 to upper division courses. Alright, so going in more specific to this tool is a lot better because it narrows down your choices. So right now I put in BIS 2B and it's going to show me the times that every class is, starting with the earliest class offered, lectures, discussion, lab, how many open seats are available, how many waitlisted students there are, the units of the class, and it also usually tells you the professor, but right now it's TBA, and the location of the course. So over here on the right, if you click Show Important Details, it's going to give you the description of the course. It's going to give you the course credit limitations, the GE courses that it covers and satisfies, as well as the course materials, which links you to the bookstore. It's going to give you the course drop date, which will tell you whether it's a 10-day drop, 20-day drop, and when it is. And as well up here, I'll tell you any fees or requirements for the class, like the lab, PPE and stuff. And then you can also hide that information. Okay, so going back up top, you can clear your entries, delete what you put in, press clear. You can also search classes by subject. It gives you this long list of all different subjects at Davis. You can search by instructor. So if you really liked a professor for a course, maybe you want to see if they're teaching anything else, you can do that. You can select the meeting days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The starting times, like if you need a class that fits in a specific spot. You can narrow down your search even further by clicking Show Advanced Options, and it'll give you a bunch of different things that you can select for when looking for classes. Over here we have course level, so it breaks it down by the number associated to the course. 1 to 99 is lower division, 100 to 199 is upper division courses, and anything above that is usually graduate level. And below that, you can choose the units that you want the course to have, so like 4, etc. You can also select for the GEs that you want the course to satisfy. I wanted to give an example of when you would input the CRN to look for a class, because you usually don't, especially when it comes to your like major classes like Chem and BIS that have a lot of different sections, so the CRN changes. A time you would use it though is for first year seminars. So when you're on like the first year seminar page that Davis offers, you'll see the CRNs are listed next to the titles, and this is how you would search for them in Schedule Builder. As you can see, this one is 44525. So you put that into Schedule Builder and press search, and you can see that it'll pop up right here. This is because they aren't categorized under their titles. They're all categorized under the abbreviation, so FRS, as well as like the number, so like corresponds to the number of units. So the 1 corresponds to the 1 unit seminar. But I'll show you the important details, and I'll give you the description of the course to like ensure that that's the one. So important things to take note of when you're registering for courses are these essentials, which are your pastimes, the different registration periods, as well as pre-req positions and waitlisting. Comes to pastimes, it's going to look a little bit something like this. You're going to find it on Schedule Builder. I'm using summer session 1 as an example because fall registration times aren't available yet. So you're going to have your Pass 1 with the date and time included, and what's not shown here is that usually for like fall quarter, winter quarter, and spring quarter, you'll have a Pass 2. They'll be right beside your Pass 1, showing the same information of when your Pass 2 will be. So let me go over how each registration period works and what they kind of mean. So you have Pass 1, where you can enroll up to 17 units, as well as waitlist, and you have a 4-hour window to register for classes. Pass 2 is the same deal, except now you can register for up to 19 units. So once that 4-hour window is up for either Pass 1 or Pass 2, a student can still register for classes during open hours. So these are usually later at night, so Mondays to Fridays, 8 p.m. to midnight, and weekends, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So next we have open registration. This happens after both Pass 1 and Pass 2. Once everybody gets their turn registering for classes, open registration happens, and this is weekdays 6 a.m. to midnight, weekends 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So once open registration ends for Pass 2, we enter registration freeze. This means that you can't add or drop any classes until schedule adjustments opens up, which is a couple days before instruction usually. And during schedule adjustments, you can add up to 28.5 units. Now I'll be talking about pre-req petitions. Basically, if you do not satisfy a requirement for a specific course, this big red box will appear when you try to register. It will still allow you to register for the course. It'll just put you in a list of other students who do not meet the prerequisites. If you think you've completed all the prerequisites, you can go ahead and click here to create a prerequisite petition, which you provide an explanation as well as maybe supporting documents that show that you meet the prerequisites. This usually pertains to transfer students who don't necessarily have their academic record up to date. Currently, the professor will decide whether your prereq petition is valid and decides whether you can join the class or not. So now we'll be going into more depth about waitlisting and the different aspects that go into it. Like I mentioned earlier, you can find information about how many seats are available and how many people are on the waitlist by going to the add and search course tool. So for like this to be here, you'll have your open as well as your waitlist. For this example, there are none because nobody has registered just yet, but I'm sure eventually there will be. And say you're ready to waitlist for a course during either Pass 1 or Pass 2, you're going to go into Actions, and you're going to go ahead and press register. At this point, an alert's going to pop up saying, oh, this course is full. Would you like to waitlist? And you'll press yes, allow, and that'll put you on the waitlist for that course. But there's no knowing of where you'll end up once you waitlist because it varies from course to course. Obviously, if you're, like number 105 on the waitlist, there's a lower chance of getting in than, say, you're number 1 or 2. But that being said, it all depends. You kind of just have to ride the wave and see how it goes once instruction begins. I hope this video has helped you out. If you have any more questions, contact your academic advisor, and thanks for watching.